episode of Ignorant Sports Talk. It's your boy Phil. Today I'm here with the homie Jack out there in Lithuania, chilling in the Airbnb. Hopefully doesn't get kidnapped. Here with, and then also we got Panky and Figs.
Vanna.
I don't know if that Tupac jersey wearing a Detroit Red Wings jersey and you wearing a Giants jersey go well.
Hey, we're talking about hockey today, right?
Listen. That's just my alter ego behind me. You feel me? That's just my alter ego. You know what I mean?
This is all part of Figs' slow application for Canadian citizenship.
Oh yeah.
All right, fine. That's cool. Next episode, let's put Mike Weir in the background.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. I might consider that.
There you go.
All right, speaking of hockey, fellas, hockey's going to slowly restart soon. There are a couple of key players, well-known players that tested positive for COVID a couple of weeks ago. Austin Matthews being one of them. I think McDavid as well. Tanky, can you confirm that?
I don't think McDavid was diagnosed with. There were a bunch of guys in Tampa Bay that were
Well, any Florida team will catch it.
Diagnosed with it.
Yeah.
No, McDavid doesn't. McDavid hasn't been diagnosed with it.
All right.
But Austin Matthews was the big one because he's one of the young stars in the team, and also because of COVID, they had to change their plans on where the host cities are going to be.
Yeah.
Originally, it was going to be Vegas and Vancouver, but then Vegas's cases went up because they opened the casinos again, and then Vancouver had a bit of a falling out with the NHL because there were differences in opinion about how to handle player safety if somebody were to contract something. So good on Vancouver for sticking to its guns there because they've been doing a great job taking care of that. So now it's going to be Toronto and Edmonton, which good news for anybody that goes to Edmonton or goes to Toronto. But whoever's stuck at Edmonton, that's going to be quite the experience. You better win the cup.
Yeah, and now that Edmonton is confirmed to host conference finals and the Stanley Cup finals. So
yeah, because there's nothing there. They did as part of I guess a PR thing. They released a video of all the mountains that are in Alberta, but the mountains are thousands of kilometers away from Edmonton, so it's not even you can just take a short trip. You have to go halfway across the province to see the mountains.
Oh man,
that's I don't know. That's if you were in Toronto and you were oh, you should go down to I don't know, go to cottage country that's in Thunder Bay or something like that. You'd be that's the same thing. You can just take a short drive up there.
That's far.
Oh,
hey,
God.
they got a really big mall.
They do.
It used to be one of the biggest in the world.
That's probably where they're sticking all the players.
Yeah. Do you think NHL is going to copy what the NBA is doing and have, or all sports actually, copy the NBA and have the symptom ring going around?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably.
if you look at it, they normally coincide with the NBA. MLB normally coincides with the NBA too, so I feel like they're gonna try to do things along the same wavelength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's really a copycat.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the look of the symptom ring? Because Serge Ibaka posted a photo of it last night.
Yeah, it's cool.
As long as it works, quite frankly. I mean, it's not that obstructive or anything. It's not like it's a massive. It's not like it's the size of a championship ring that you have to wear.
Exactly.
Pretty much, you can wear the symptom ring and then the championship ring on top of that.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it like this: Melo's finally gonna get a ring.
Oh no! Oh no!
Jack, you were gonna say something?
What is this thing? I don't even know about this. What is this?
So symptom ring, it's a ring that the NBA, I forget who they collaborated with to create this ring. It's you just put it on and it tells you what your symptom, if you're carrying any symptoms of COVID-19, and then I think there's an app that's connected to it, and then it'll alert you if you're coming down with symptoms.
It's like when girls back in high school or junior high used to have those like colored ring bands on. Is it going to be like that where you like collect different rings for different symptoms or
Oh
what's
no,
it?
it's like the from the photo I saw yesterday, it was like a clear ring and you can see all the mechanics inside.
Okay, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
So
So-
check this out, right? Let's say it's the fourth quarter of a heated basketball game, or you know what I mean, a hockey game goes into overtime and they're on the ice like going at it, and somebody's ring just starts to like go off, like
sub off.
Ooh.
like what?
Sub them off immediately. Like
That would be
you're right there.
So
that'd be very interesting.
you could never have a flu game.
Yeah, no flu games allowed here.
So the rings monitor. I'm reading an article here. They monitor physiological data such as temperature, breathing, and heart patterns. It was sort of developed. The company is called Oura, O-U-R-A, and
Okay.
it was developed with the West Virginia University Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute and West Virginia University Medicine. And apparently it costs like $300. I guess I assume American, and was able to predict the onset of COVID-19 symptoms with over 90% accuracy.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. I think that's cool.
And they tested it with 600 healthcare professionals and over 10,000 participants across the U.S. as part of like the development of it.
It's not bad.
Bad at all.
Not bad. Oh. All right, so switching sports, we got MLS coming back with the MLS is Back tournament. I think it's being held in Disneyland from what I saw.
Yeah.
And a couple of Toronto FC players posted the $65 food box that they get. So the food box, from what I see, is consisted of a regular ham and cheese sandwich, a fruit of choice, and I think a cup of yogurt. $65 American.
Wow.
They're using the same caterers as the Fire Festival.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's all money that could be going into my stimulus check right now. So fuck it.
Do you think it's like Disney World trying to make up for lost money?
Maybe.
Probably. It could also be that all the resources are going to the NBA and not the MLS.
Yeah,
That's true.
Which is unfortunate. And then a couple of a couple of key stars in MLS have tested positive. They don't know if they're going to be traveling or competing in that tournament. A couple of Toronto FC players have tested positive, so they're kind of holding back on their trip a little bit to see what else happens.
Well, that's the interesting thing with the MLS's format, because this tournament is part of the regular season. It's not just like a standalone thing. This is how their season is starting. So it could affect how people choose to address, because it's this tournament, and then there's you get points for the different games that you win and stuff like that, and then the points carry over to when the rest of the season starts. So you could see teams maybe, I guess, being a little more maybe hesitant because it is the beginning of the season. I don't know, because it's not like it's playoffs or anything.
Yeah.
Like the NBA, but the fact that they have two leagues in the same facility is pretty staggering. I don't know how they're going to pull that off with both of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not.
gonna be pretty difficult. Yeah,
They're not going to pull it off. I will say this right now, that I do not believe, except for the NFL, because I believe that they will cheat and they will lie. I don't think any of these sporting events that are held on American soil will finish, will succeed, will be successful. Maybe hockey in Canada, because Canada is not America. But
no, I agree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because honestly, the way we've handled things in this country with this whole COVID-19 thing it's ridiculous, bro. me personally, I feel like we should have just shut everything down for 90 days and then try again. But, this country is money hungry. So, businesses were losing money. You had like 11 or 12 Fortune 500 companies filing for bankruptcy and things of that nature.
That was massive.
Yeah. So they felt like, okay, we got to get back out there. But now, like I just read an article today, Florida, where the NBA is going to be hosting, the rest of their season and the playoffs.
Yeah.
Had 40,000 coronavirus new cases in the last 4 days.
It was insane though. It was really insane because you had like, hey, there's like 10,000 more of these cases. Cool, let's open up everything. And you're like, who could possibly think it was a good idea? But anyways, that we could get into a whole bunch of stuff with that. But
yeah, people heard, okay, businesses are going to reopen. All right, let's go to the beach and enjoy spring break and everything else. It's like, no, just get your essential things you need. Don't go to the friggin' beach, or at least social distance on the friggin' beach. But like, I don't
know, man.
I don't get it. It's Florida. Florida's Florida for a reason.
But the thing is, it's not even just Florida. It's like I'm in Georgia. I'm about maybe 3 or 4 hours away, and bro, like, people were out here celebrating the 4th of July yesterday with no masks, no gloves. It's like, I'm looking down my social media feed, and it's like everybody's so close together. There's no social distancing going on, and for the sports fan, that sucks because it's like we've been deprived of sports for the last 4 months. So we finally hear, okay, things are about to get back to normal, and it's like, yes, but now it's like, okay, Florida is the new epicenter. So how long is this postseason really going to last? You know what I mean? I'm thinking maybe first round of the playoffs, there could be another shutdown. It's very discouraging to the sports fan.
We've talked about it already, I think, but I think it's worth mentioning again. Like in hindsight, looking back, like who chose Florida? Like, it's come on, like why was that the choice? Like, really? But
yeah, when the first state opens up, it is like, yeah, we'll let pro sports. They shouldn't be your first option to restart sports there because something's off. That they're the first ones doing it. Who wasn't surprised that if there was going to be a state to reopen first, it would have been Florida? Like, come on, like.
No.
Yeah, that was terrible decision. Oh my god.
Maybe like a remote, like not even. It wasn't even like one of the more remote states. It wasn't like Wyoming was the first one. Even they were like, no, Florida, you're wild, and like just stay, like just don't do it. Like,
even in like Jacksonville, like there were scenes of the beach there out in Jacksonville, and like it was packed, and like it was just a crazy sight to see for me.
Bro, Miami looked normal this weekend. Miami looked like a typical day, I'm just looking. People are on jet skis and all types of shit. I'm like, bro,
yeah,
this is not going to get better.
They shut down 2 beaches already here in Ontario.
It's terrible, bro.
And like patio season's open again in Toronto, and like I see some people that like post stuff for that. And I miss that. But like I can't, like I'm not like frothing at the mouth to get on a patio or at the beach where I'm like I don't know how you can be that like desperate to get back out there where like you run the risk of catching something where it's like I don't understand that. Like you can just drink at home and just enjoy yourself safely. I don't know.
You can just go to LCBO, get a 2-4, go back. Barbecue some wings,
or just have a couple of friends over because you can do that in Toronto. At least you can have like a couple, like a small gathering, but like just do it.
You can have 10 people now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so just do it in the safety of somebody's home, not on friggin' public patio.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like we do this kind of like almost every time we get serious, and it's just there's just a percentage of the population that's just really stupid, and it sucks. Like it sucks.
It's sad to see now that like that percentage is climbing, so it's going to be a high percentage.
Messes everything up for the rest of us.
You know it's bad where I saw a tweet where it was like Dick Cheney was wearing a mask. It was like telling people to wear a mask. You know what's bad when he's the one that's like, wear a goddamn mask. Where it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
Didn't he almost die from a pretzel, and now he's wearing a mask? Like this.
Well,
is
he's
crazy,
had like
bro.
he's had like multiple heart attacks and stuff like that. So yeah, he's not a stranger to stuff like that.
Yeah, like I don't know. If Dick Cheney could do it, it's like, come on, y'all. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Like shit.
Hold on. This deserves. We just got to interrupt sports for a minute, real quick. Kanye West is running for fucking president, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking that with a huge grain of salt because he could just be plugging something that's going to be coming out because he probably has an album on the way or like his whole thing with the Gap, that whole partnership. But like, if he's serious, God help us.
The Gap.
I don't know, bro. 2020 vision. That's what I would say. 2020 vision. Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole new season of the Kardashians.
You want to know something interesting? Like I'm serious with this though. And I'm not saying that they should win or that they would, but whatever. But imagine he put Kim on the ticket. Imagine it was Kanye and Kim running. Like,
oh my god,
they could win.
Why would you put that evil on us?
Like, tell me they couldn't win in the landscape of American politics, as fucked up as it is. They could win.
The crazy thing is they could, bro. The crazy thing is
if that happens, Figs, start packing, my friend.
Yeah.
To be honest though, like I'm worried about Kanye, but if Kim's there, I actually wouldn't be worried as much. Be all right. Better than we have now.
You're gonna have like the entire family, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, White House edition.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Oh Lord.
More transparency.
You're gonna have more. Yeah, you're gonna have an inside look at the White House. You're gonna see more fights in the White House.
Oh man.
All right, and back to sports news. In major baseball news, 60-game season, fellas, and projected restart date is the 23rd or 24th of this month. Do you think it's gonna happen? Because a lot of teams are already in their training camp started 1st of July.
Well, they're already having issues. Toronto's already coming back across the border to do their spring training because it wasn't safe in Florida.
Yeah. They're going to be staying at the hotel connected to the Rogers Center.
Yeah, and they're doing it in the Rogers Center, which is a good idea.
Yeah. And then, a couple of Boston Red Sox players posted that at Fenway, they use the box suites as a locker room, so they only put 2 players per box suite as a locker room to set up, and then they get called down for their batting practice.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Price also said he's sitting out for the season.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he just signed with the Dodgers, and he's not playing for the Dodgers in his first year.
Wow.
As long as the young Blue Jays do well.
Oh man.
Blue Jays are looking real nice. If we get some pitching,
baseball, like if they're like most of the leagues haven't been able to really get a grasp of it. Baseball certainly hasn't been able to get a grasp on anything. My God, this whole labor dispute and like when cases were shooting up during spring training, and it was just they're all over the place.
It was a mess.
Yeah, I like the 60 games idea, because as opposed to the 100 and whatever games they normally play, I feel like they tried to do something there, but like you said, unless they can get a grip of this thing, I mean, I don't know how successful it's going to be.
The thing with baseball is that like they could have like as far as a PR move could have went if they just were like we're going to like delay the season or even postpone the season for the year because of health and safety. They could have swiped all the labor disputes under the rug and like hit under the cover of we're just doing it for health and safety. But they were like, no, we're going to double down and air all of our dirty laundry out between us and the union and just make it even worse than it could have possibly have been for everybody. And they just wanted to be sloppy with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Baseball is not a very well run sport when you look at it compared to the NBA and the NFL. It's
a whole mess.
Not with it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but one of the good things, I guess, that came out this week was the Cleveland Indians are looking to change their name before the season starts as well.
Cool.
Yeah, let's see that. Actually, finish through because they've already gotten rid of the logo.
Yeah,
and Yeah, thank
On
Christ.
some things. Don't they still have it on a couple other things?
I think they had announced they were phasing it out over the next few years. I think it should be like this year or next year where it's like gone completely.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the name is still pretty blatant, and yeah, once the Washington football team was in the news, then of course they started scrambling
Yeah.
as well.
How do you guys feel about the fact that it had to take something drastic like, the George Floyd thing to happen in order for the Redskins and the Indians names to be, like, why does it have to take something like that? Why couldn't this have been done years ago?
Well, it isn't even. Well, I guess it is. It all started from the George Floyd thing, but it was when the sponsors were like, "All right, guys, let's talk about this." Where hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars are at risk. That's what it finally took, and of course that started as a result of the protests, but it wasn't just like. It's crazy because I think because it's FedEx and Nike that have reached out to Washington. And I think one of the minority owners of the Washington team is FedEx. So it's like it's that like intertwined. And I mean, in Washington's case, I've seen on Twitter they have some good alternatives to like use as a team name that isn't what it currently is. Like Red Tails is like my favorite one that I've seen to honor the Tuskegee Airmen from the Second World War. But
that has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, and you can keep the same color scheme. You don't have to like completely go out of touch with it. But
that's not bad at all.
These things should have been corrected. So like that, like these things have been wrong since pretty much the beginning. Actually, since the beginning, and they could have easily like if a simple test would have been to just go ask a group. Of First Nations.
Well, what's interesting is that the current logo current logo was designed by a native person.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, as a community as a whole, I'm sure actually, I don't want to say for them, but I imagine it wasn't something they were all like, yeah, that sounds.
No,
awesome.
It's definitely not a majority either way. But it's just I don't know. It's just like if you like because I was reading they want to still incorporate something that pays tribute to Native Americans and Native American culture, which you can do. You can do that without just using like your logo as a person. You can like use something from folklore or from some other cultural aspect. You don't just have to be like our logo is a person.
Yeah. I think we're trying to get away from defining people by skin tone like as a society.
Yeah.
So it's like anything that comes close to that is like let's just we don't have to, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. My prediction is that for hockey, Chicago is going to start changing their logo as well.
Well, Chicago's is a really easy fix because like their mascot is a hawk, and their team has hawk already in it, so you can just change the logo to a hawk of some kind.
Yeah,
and just like that's like one of the easiest ones to like make a change.
Yeah, we'll see how quick they jump on the ball with that. 2-game preseason for the NFL. What do you guys think?
Great.
Yeah.
4-game preseason's insane. It's absolutely insane.
It's like
I've been wanting a 2-game preseason for years. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the games don't really have any meaning. It's just
tune up.
Yeah, I mean, you get excited about it sometimes because there's a long gap from February to September, so the August games are kind of like, okay, we got some type of football, but
like I can't imagine that there are that many roster cuts that get determined by the final preseason game. I'm sure most of it is already being decided like in practices and like joint scrimmages and stuff like that. That's more having a joint scrimmage between 2 teams or 3 teams or whatever, more than one team is more. I think that's more beneficial than having a half-assed game at the end of a week or something like that.
You see it all the time in the best part of preseason Hard Knocks, where you see these players that have like this spectacular magical game. And you're like, oh wow, they might actually make it, and they don't make it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter at all. Like they weren't gonna make it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how do you guys feel about no supplemental draft for this season?
Ruin the Patriots draft strategy. God damn it. They're the kings of the supplemental picks. And stocking up picks for compensation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Although the supplemental draft, like most people don't get picked in it. It's like maybe one or two people that get picked, and that's like on a good year. So it's like Josh Gordon is one of the more notable supplemental draft guys. But
then now his career is all 50-50.
Yeah, that was.
He's coming to the Giants. Cut it out. He'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
He's gonna come back to New England and play with Cam.
Wow, if he does that, oh man.
They should just whoever would be in the supplemental draft, they should just have them be in the NFL draft, and teams should just know their research as to whether or not they should draft that person or not.
Yep. Completely agree.
All right, so speaking of the Patriots, fellas, biggest news in the past probably 2 weeks. Cam signs a 1-year deal to New England.
Cam. Whoa, Cam.
Me and Peggy are rejoicing over here.
Guys got way too lucky on this one, but we all knew it was going to happen like this.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, it's not luck when you're the only team that inquires about him. It's not like there were a dozen teams that were in on it and he picked New England. No, it was New England and a brief flash in the pan for Cleveland that supposedly may have spoken to him once, but that was it.
Yeah.
No one else was like, "Hey Cam, how's it going? You want to maybe play for us?" No, they were just like, "All right, we're good with what we have." Chicago was like, "Oh yeah, we're fine where we are with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. We're good. We don't need to hire a new quarterback or anything."
Yeah. When Andy Dalton and Cam were on the table for free agency, I'm like, please don't sign Andy Dalton.
Don't tell me it's all skill, though. I will admit that there's a lot of skill involved and that organization is incredible. But don't tell me it's all skill when you have as many Super Bowls as you guys do, when you have as many players that look like absolute trash come back and be incredible. Don't even tell me when you get like little things to happen all the time, and then now Cam just falls into your lap. Watch him be amazing this year. And
listen, I don't even think that has to do with the Patriots. I'll take it back to 2015 was 2015 or what year was that Peyton Manning went fucking berserk? What year was that?
Remember when his first year in Denver?
Yeah, when the coach released him, pretty much gave up on him. And I mean, they did it in a diplomatic way, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll always love you, Peyton," but deep down they're like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you're old."
No, Carolina gave Cam the finger. They did like the Twitter poll was like, "Who are the top Panthers of all time?" and didn't put Cam as one of the people to vote for.
That's ridiculous.
So Cam is out here coming with a vengeance.
Oh yeah,
he looks good.
His guarantee on his contract, $550K is his guarantee.
Wow.
Jarrett Stidham makes more money than him.
Wow.
And
I think between Cam, Stidham, and Brian Hoyer, the guaranteed money combined between those three is like just under $2 million.
That's crazy.
That's guaranteed money. Cam, I think, can make like $7 million on his deal, but it's all like incentive.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this because I don't want him to get too hyped, but I would rather just have it on the record right now that Cam's here, N'Keal Harry is going to go off this year.
I hope so.
And he's going to have an absolute big monster leap into stardom.
Yeah, N'Keal
There's a lot
Harry,
of pressure on that man's shoulders.
Edelman, Marquise Lee.
I forgot about him on that receiving core.
Yeah. All of it is like Cam's contract is all incentive based. That's why his guarantee is so low. So we briefly touched on this yesterday. Like it'll be based on like comparison to his numbers last season. He just has to throw one touchdown and he'll get that bonus.
He'll get a bonus. That's one of his bonuses. And I was mentioning this yesterday. Cam's contract is worked in a way that New England can franchise tag him next year if they want to. It's not like written where they can't do it. So that's shocking that is in New England's wheelhouse that they could franchise tag Cam after this year if it goes well.
Well, I mean, they've always been able to get players for wholesale prices. You know what I mean? So.
Because they don't sugarcoat it. Like, yeah, you play for us for 1 year and we'll get you paid afterwards if you want to leave. Like Darrelle Revis, you come here, you can win us a ring, and then you're gonna get paid one more time after this. Like, come on down, and like, or you fail miserably, or if you become the Albert Hainsworths and the Chad Ochocinco's where you can't make it.
Oh God.
And it's
I don't
like,
know
all
how-
right, no
I
harm,
don't know
no
how
foul.
Ochocinco didn't do nothing.
I'm gonna go out on a whim and say Cam is probably gonna be the Patriots' best acquisition in the last 10 years. I'm gonna go out on a whim and say that.
Oh wow.
I'm also gonna go out on a whim and say that the Patriots are gonna be way better this year than they were last year with Cam Newton. Guarantee it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, does this change your predictions for the AFC when you guys did the scheduling? Does it change any of your predictions for who's winning the AFC?
I mean, I already picked the Patriots to win the AFC East. I will say this: I think I picked them to be 10-6. Now I'll probably say they're flirting with 11-5 and 12-4. Flirting with it.
Yeah, I picked New England to win the division, so I think I was like 9-7 as the record, so maybe I'll go a bit higher. But the defense is still pretty depleted compared to last year, so that's something that the schemes have to figure that out. But it's going to be fun to see what New England can do with a mobile quarterback that isn't Tom Brady mobile.
Now, week 1, who did the Patriots start?
Cam.
That depends if Cam can learn the playbook enough. It should be Cam.
Sure.
But I could also see Stidham starting week 1 as like a show us what you can do kind of a thing. And then like if Cam gets it together by week 2, then he's the guy or something like that.
Do you think it'll be like first half Stidham and then second half they'll sub in Cam, or just
I don't think
Stidham
it's going to
the
be
whole
like that. That's too dramatic for New England. They're going to stick with somebody for the first game or like give somebody garbage time after like towards the end if it's like a loss or a big win. But I don't think they're going to do like 50-50 stuff with either of them. I think if someone's going to start the game, they're going to like finish the game, especially if it's week 1.
Yeah, Belichick is not exciting enough for that. You know, you guys are kind of like the Spurs of the NFL. So yeah, he's definitely gonna take the conventional route. You know, so we'll see.
What I know that New England isn't going to do is they're not going to throw Cam into the friggin' Wolves because they actually have an offensive line that can protect him, and they're not going to do quarterback powers left, right, and center and just send Cam into the abyss waiting to get friggin' tackled by every other linebacker or DB and stuff like that. I think they're going to be like what they were before, where it's like it's going to be a lot of power running again, and they're going to have a field day with Cam doing like options and bootlegs and stuff like that to get people off balance. I'll say this right now: invest in James White fantasy stock for this season. That man is going to have a field day, I think, with Cam. I think.
Oh yeah,
because he's a great pass catcher, and maybe he'll do some stuff that Cam was doing with McCaffrey in Carolina to like do a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some good James White stock for fantasy this year.
I was looking in the Patriots schedule for an obvious start date for Cam, which I was thinking would be, you know, a road game against Miami or something like that.
Oh, not the Miami game.
But there isn't an obvious game, and it leads me to believe that Cam's going to start week 1.
Yeah.
Week 1 against the Dolphins.
Like, what's he going to do? Come in and start against the Chiefs? He's going to start like, no, obviously.
Well, week 2, what I'm looking at, Seahawks, New England is
Prime
going
time?
to Seattle for week 2.
Primetime Seahawks?
Cam versus Russell? Wow, that'd be fun.
That'd be.
Listen, they're looking at Antonio Brown really seriously right now. I wouldn't do that.
That's if he can hold himself back from throwing dicks at people and hold back from farting on team doctors' faces.
Yeah, I want to know what the Seahawks staff is like when they watch that video. They're just like, no, Russell, no, don't do it.
Oh man, I don't know if they get AB, you know, starting Cam that game is gonna be pretty rough, man. It's gonna be pretty rough because you give Russell Wilson a toy like that. Oh yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of catch up on that game. Well, what's promising is that there was footage of Cam at, I don't know if it was the airport in Boston or an airport when he was like leaving to go to Boston, where like TMZ was all up in his face trying to ask questions and stuff like that, and he wasn't saying a darn thing. He was just walking to his ride, and just waiting to like pick up his bags and stuff like that. And like the man looks like he's in incredible shape. It's obviously been just nonstop rehab and working out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but like the I think it was Instagram where he posted where like, this isn't about money, this is about respect. It's like, ooh, I like what I'm seeing so far. And and it's not like he's gonna get special treatment in New England. If he plays like shit, Belichick's gonna bench him.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like we're paying you $500,000 guaranteed. If you don't want to meet the incentives, that's up to you. We're like, show us what you can do. Basically, everybody else said no to you. No one else offered you anything. So, and also what's also funny is that the New England Patriots mascot wears number 1. So we're gonna see somebody pay a mascot to get his number.
Wow.
That's gonna be hilarious.
Oh man, yeah. This has like DeMarcus Cousins written all over it. You know, kind of like when the Warriors signed him, but I do feel like he's gonna have a way better comeback than DeMarcus Cousins. You know, I feel like this is gonna be, I want to say 4,000 yards, but the way the Patriots offense is normally run, I don't think. Maybe like 3,700, 3,800, somewhere around there.
It could be his most efficient year at the very least because of how they run the ball and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I think I'm thinking he's gonna be an MVP candidate this year.
Ooh,
that's my prediction.
I like that, but I'm not gonna jump that far deep into it. I do like that he's working out with Sanu already. I think they're buddies to begin with, and like Sanu needs a bounce back year because I think he's an impending free agent after this year.
Man, he had a terrible year, and then
he got ankle surgery, and like New England traded a second for him.
Yeah.
So that's a good receiver, man. I want to see him do well.
Yeah.
Patriot system. I just feel like last year, you know, Tom wasn't really seeing eye to eye with the coaching staff. There's a lot of things that went into last year in the way the offense, you know.
Also, Brady it takes a long time to trust his receivers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why he only threw to Edelman like 95% of the time. Yeah. He didn't even throw to a tight end.
James White.
Yeah, it was like Edelman, White, Sony Michel if he wasn't injured.
Well, and Njoku's out there, so y'all better grab him.
He wants a trade. That's very interesting.
Yeah. And Njoku in New England, I ain't gonna lie, that would be, if he's healthy, that would be kind of scary.
And New England likes to trade with Cleveland to deal with Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland likes dealing with New England though.
Oh man.
We got some people that we can trade off for.
Because who's the other tight end in Cleveland right now? Isn't there somebody else that they have?
What else do we got? I know they signed a big.
They brought in someone. Austin Hooper?
Yeah, that's it. They signed Hooper to the highest tight end contract in the league, which is weird to say for Austin Hooper, but
yeah, I'm not too big on that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has promise, but I feel like Njoku's ceiling is higher than his, honestly. So
yeah,
I mean,
I don't know why they would do that and then still have Njoku. Njoku's good tight end.
I don't agree. I don't think Njoku's that good. I think on the Patriots he could be good because everyone goes to the Patriots and is just good. But no, and I think he needs that maturity though. He needs that discipline. Austin Hooper at this point is going to be way more productive and way more reliable for Baker.
I agree with you there. I agree with the maturity aspect of it. Yeah, Austin Hooper is a lot more of a come in, you know, do what you got to do, get out, you know what I mean? And Njoku does have some growing up to do, so.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Patriots make everybody grow up, you know, so. I mean, look, Cam already ain't saying shit to the media. He's been Belichick, you know what I mean? So
he's letting all of his well-shot YouTube videos do his talking for him.
And his crazy font on Instagram.
Yeah, his Cam font.
It's copyright that.
It's pretty ominous when somebody's working out to gospel music. That's pretty ominous. Like that first video Cam was like,
oh my God.
Cam released. I was like, okay,
man.
that's very ominous. I like it.
You're trying to lead the Pats to the promised land out here, man.
Man,
he should just have Kanye's church choir on the practice field.
During the pregame intros, they wheel in a giant stand with a choir for his coming out of the tunnel entrance
for week 1.
if you left the planning up to Cam Newton, like that's what a game would look like. It would have like a full orchestra. It would have like a fashion show in the middle of it. Like
he'll be the first one out, coming out in a romper, go back in the tunnel, get into uniform, and then run back out.
Exactly.
The clash of the fashion icons between Cam and Belichick. It's gonna be amazing. If Cam comes out wearing a hoodie with cut sleeves, oh my God, it's over.
Bruh.
It's over.
Imagine he gets Belichick into a They just switch outfits for a day.
Belichick comes out with a massive like fedora or whatever custom hat.
And a scarf from head to chin.
Oh man.
What
was awkward also was so Julian Edelman posts a photo, like a Photoshop photo of him and Cam, and like posted on Instagram. Did anybody see like Tom Brady's comment on that photo?
Nah, what did he say?
Tom Brady basically said like, I'm always going to be your number one.
Oh shit!
And I was like, wow, that's you left, sir. You don't get to start saying that. You left.
Oh man,
Tom Brady's already out here trolling.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun though.
Boy.
Wait, I want to see his schedule for a second.
If the Patriots finish with a better record than the Bucks, I'm gonna laugh so fucking hard, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna be fun.
Could happen. It's still the Bucks.
I mean,
yeah.
I'll take the AFC East over the NFC South to get more wins on any given year.
Oh, definitely.
So if Cam's healthy, are the Patriots the favorites over Buffalo now?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I always thought so because
Cam is healthy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like
I haven't been smashed through enough tables to make me think Buffalo's the number one team of the AFC East.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that loud and proud in this household, because this household, my fiance's household, is a Bills household.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh
So
man.
Patriots are gonna win the. Hang on.
Lock the door.
Patriots are gonna win.
Hey, you better make sure your couch is comfortable, partner.
Yeah. You are a brave man, sir.
Make sure that couch is comfortable, man. That's
I got my beach chair in the living room. I'm nice.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, let's touch on this quickly. Scrimmage for the NBA. They released a scrimmage schedule that'll run from July 22 to the 28th. Each team, I believe, will play 3 games.
Now, is that for the 22 teams, or is that for the other 8 teams?
The 22 teams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
it's what, an exhibition thing?
Yeah,
Doesn't
pretty
count
much.
towards anything?
Yeah, some key games from what I see are Spurs and Bucks.
That's not bad.
Thunder, Celtics, Raptors, Rockets.
Raptors, Rockets would be fun.
Yeah, that should definitely be fun.
Nuggets, Pelicans.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Trailblazers, Raptors. Sixers, Thunder. What else we got here?
What's the
Pelicans,
over-under?
Bucks. Oh, there's no over/under yet.
No, what's the over-under on positive COVID cases after this before the season even starts?
Man.
There's been already a couple.
Yeah.
Like Dinwiddie tested positive. DeAndre tested positive.
It's not real. Yeah, Shamet got Jokic is any Denver game is gonna be interesting because Jokic isn't there because he's still in Serbia.
Yeah.
Right.
Test positive.
Aren't they supposed to be traveling to Florida on a Tuesday? July 7th, right?
Yeah, I think more
7
teams
to
are
9.
making their way. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Toronto's already been there, even before Canada Day.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then a report came out: NBA players who miss coronavirus tests cannot travel to Orlando with teams.
Good.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be that stupid that you miss tests like that.
Yeah.
JR would have missed it.
LeBron's gonna have to like tie JR to his back to like make sure he's always like going to things.
Guy, how do we feel about that? Do we feel like I mean, you know, he's been working out, he's been making like the Hoodie Mellow videos and shit. Do we think this is gonna be a successful return for JR? Like,
Get your popcorn ready. It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah. I think he's learned from his rebound and run out to the 3-point line incident. I think he's learned from that.
He's gonna
it's
set up.
It's that Lithuania internet.
Yeah, we didn't catch any of that.
My bad.
Hey, good, bro.
He's gonna have a really great system around him. He's gonna have an incredible situation, and I think he's gonna come through, and he's gonna have that swagger, and he's gonna pull through on a few big moments.
Yeah, I think
you know what? I actually think JR can be a bigger factor offensively than Avery Bradley, because I know.
Yeah.
You think back to even the championship they won in 2016, Game 7. Like, JR hit like 3 huge threes in that game, and if he doesn't hit those shots, the Cavs don't win that game. You know, so he's been known to come up big in big moments. You know, he's also been known to be a bonehead in big moments. So it's kind of like,
I think he's matured a little. LeBron's gonna like, don't fuck this up. This is our chance to win this year. So more discipline on that end.
Also, I don't know who's a better alternative. Like, I don't know who else is available as like a free agent pickup that could do something like that.
I wanted them to get Crawford, but Crawford doesn't play the same defense that JR does, and I also don't feel like he fits into the mold of the Lakers offense. You know what I mean? But so who starts? Does Deion Waiters start, or does JR start?
Oh God.
Oh God.
So
whoever is less stoned.
Is LeBron still running as a point guard?
Yeah,
he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. No, yeah, he's definitely gonna have to.
So it'd be LeBron, Danny Green, blank, AD, Dwight.
Danny will probably play the 3. So I mean, me personally, I would start Deion Waiters. I feel like Deion Waiters is a better scorer than J.R. Smith. You know, I'll never forget the game where he dropped 37 on the Warriors, the Kevin Durant led Warriors, and hit the game winner. Yeah. You know, he can score in bunches. It's just a matter of if he's healthy and if he's not stoned, like Pinky said.
So, yeah, if he's not tripping out on an airplane somewhere.
Yeah.
Side note: speaking of those Warriors, recently they posted they tweeted out a video that had like highlights of all of the wins that they had during the 72 win season, and Twitter had a field day because like the tweet was basically just like it was like 73 W's, and then they had the video. And I kept seeing people being quote tweeted being like the way the series went against Cleveland, so like WWLL or whatever it was.
Oh man!
But I don't. There's no better alternatives on LA than J.R. Smith or Deion Waiters to start in that like starting lineup. Like, they're that depleted that like that's the state of the team. My God.
I mean, I got faith in Caruso. You know.
Oh, the God.
Put him in there.
I mean, there is Kuzma too, but I think they're committed to bringing Kuzma in off the bench as, you know, a swap off the bench. So
they still got JaVale.
Yeah, they still got JaVale.
It's time to let the other Antetokounmpo brothers shine.
Yeah.
There it is.
Imagine the other Antetokounmpo brother gets a ring before Giannis.
Oh, shout out
God.
on that. On that note, shout out to McCour Maker, Maker's little brother there, going choosing Howard over Kentucky, UCLA, other places, and making a big statement saying like, I hope people follow. Let's get this movement going. Which
we'll see in the next couple of weeks. See what happens.
Yeah, that's huge, man. That's huge. He literally, in my opinion, that's like the closest thing to Colin Kaepernick kneeling. You know what I mean? I feel like he put his whole career on the line because he's not going to one of these big name schools. You know what I mean? No Big Ten schools or anything of that nature. So it's kind of like, you know. But we'll see if anybody follows suit. I don't know.
Yeah, those games are going to be so fun to watch, like the crowd and stuff like that. That's going to be quite the atmosphere there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think they're gonna get a couple national games.
Yeah.
And
They might end up being Division One. They might end up. You never know.
Yeah, we might. They actually need help over there at Howard because we touched on this yesterday. Before the shutdown, they were 1-15.
Yeah.
Division, yeah. So they're gonna get a couple more wins under that belt, and it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, a lot of players like follow suit, see what movement he can create over there.
I mean, we saw this past draft that you can go to a small school and still be picked high. Like John Morant didn't go to a big school, and he went number 2 for just basically balling out, right? So
yeah. Pretty much. His draft stock is gonna go up because he's gonna be the number 1 option there. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, Steph went to Davidson. You know what I mean? So you never know.
All right, so that was a fun talk today, fellas. Very good episode today. Touched on a lot of other sports aside from NFL and NBA. Jack's over there looking like he's seen a ghost, or.
Oh, my bad, fam.
Hold on, I just want to say one thing before we go. You know, Tupac been behind me, and I ain't say nothing disrespectful today. So,
here it comes.
Here we go.
Yeah, Jermaine, my nigga. All right, so I know you ain't here today, but I gotta say this because you know I was looking up the Reggie Miller, Klay Thompson stats yesterday. You know,
Oh God.
And you know, okay, so Reggie took 5 threes a game for his career. Klay took 7. That's cool, but here's the kicker, right? Reggie shot 39% from 3 for his career. Klay shot 42%.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's my Skip Bayless moment for today. You know
I mean, it helps when you're wide open as a third option, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
Klay does dribble once or twice a game.
Yeah, 3 dribbles is a big night for him.
It is.
And he does dunk sometimes, you know.
Without dribbling too, so it's crazy.
Exactly.
He's the ultimate catch and shoot. That's one thing for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. All right, fellas. So that'll conclude today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. This is Phil signing off.